Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is NyandLa back again. Oh, jeez Louise. Okay, so I felt pretty today. So we're gonna pull some shit. We're gonna pull a reading, and it's gonna be great. Yeah, I'm excited you guys are here. So I don't know what the reading's gonna be about. I was gonna do Sagittarius and Gemini, but you guys all need to see this. Okay, you need to see. You need to see. So for that reason, I'm forcing you to hear me yap again. Yeah. I know, vain, right? But I feel good, and I just don't feel like enough people saw it today, so... You're gonna see my face. Anyways, we're gonna do... Let's do a pick a card reading. Let's see, what should it be about? Let's just do a random message. Let's do a random message. Let's pull 3 different cards. And then you pick the images. And I'll put some images on the screen and you can pick from that too. Just take a deep cleansing breath. And let's get into it. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out the information in my bio below. And if you'd like to leave me a tip, and you should, that's in my bio as well. I'm gonna figure that out. Anyways, for pile number 1, what does pile number 1 need to hear today? What message does pile number 1 need to hear? This is your image, pile 1. And of course, when I put the thumbnails on there, that'll be a different image. Okay, pile 1. What message does pile 2 need to hear? Random messages. These are my favorite, actually. I like doing pick a cards. They're a lot of editing. Pile 2. Okay, and for pile 3, what is pile 3's message for today? I almost said massage. I want a massage. I really need a fucking massage. Pile 3. This is your image. I don't know if I want to be a short nail girly or a long nail girly still. I'm trying to figure it out. Oh, this is a cool picture. Unrelated, but look. I'm about to get that tattooed somewhere. That's badass. All right, you guys. So it takes some time to figure out which pile calls out to you. They will all be time-stamped in the bio below. And I will see you guys at your reading. Bye. Okay, so if you're here, that means that you picked pile numero 1. This is Kurukula. It's hard. I can read Sanskrit. I can read Hindi, so it's like it'd be easier if it was... Anyways, to receive your divine inheritance of blessings and support for sacred fulfillment, certain karmic conditions that resonate at a lower frequency need to be cleared. Oh, that's very specific. Kurukula, that sounds like a spin. Kurukula signifies a time of rapid movement on your path and freedom to attract what you want and need. Let go of that which does not belong in your world. Release and you shall receive. So, pile number 1, there's something or someone or someone's. Okay, so there's something that you want. The message that you need to hear is that if you want something or someone or a certain outcome, for some of you guys, you need to be able to make compromises. For others of you guys, there's certain things that you know you have to let go of, or certain patterns you know you need to clear, certain habits you know you need to drop, for you to get where it is that you want. So it's like, and what this is saying very specifically is that whatever it is that you need to let go of is inherently negative. Like in and of itself is something bad, okay? I'm not exactly sure what this could be. I don't know, for a lot of you guys, it feels like, I'm hearing friends, something about your friend group. I'm not sure if you have friends that aren't the best, or even acquaintances, people that you surround yourself with. I've been getting a message about that a lot lately, about somebody needing to get friends that are of a different just different, you know what I mean? Because it's like there's somebody or a crowd that you're sticking around that's dragging you into bad habits, or it's like dragging you into whatever. For some of you guys, even if it's not like bad habits, it could even be like certain mindsets of the people that you're surrounding yourself with aren't even a mindset that you resonate with anymore. So it's like you feel like you have to kind of dumb yourself down or to compromise on your morals, or like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you have to lower yourself to be with these people, or you have to lower yourself to be in this environment. It's almost like you have to convince yourself that if you have to convince yourself that doing something or being somewhere is okay, then you're already trying to soothe cognitive dissonance. And cognitive dissonance is when ¿cómo te explico? Cognitive dissonance, I'll just look it up, fuck it, why do I have to think about it? But cognitive dissonance is something that I experienced when I was a Jehovah's Witness. Everybody experiences it, though. I'm hearing, been around the world and I can't find my baby. Okay, so cognitive dissonance is the mental discomfort experienced when holding conflicting beliefs, values, or behaviors, forcing individuals to rationalize, change behaviors, or ignore information to regain consistency. Signs include guilt, shame, and hesitation, while causes stem from making decisions, experiencing forced compliance, or encountering new information that clashes with existing beliefs. So it's like cognitive dissonance, to put it in plainer terms, is, I'll give you an example with like my old religion, right? It's like, so you've only been in this religion for your entire life, and you've been kind of forced to believe this blindly. You're not allowed to question it. You're not allowed to whatever. If you do, you lose everybody. And this is the only true way to happiness or whatever type shit, right? But then you come across information about the religion's origins. And in the religion's origins, it will tell you, oh, these people lied about X, Y, and Z and fabricated a bunch of prophecies or fabricated a bunch of information, and they're feeding people whatever, and they're trying. You get that information about that religion, and now you're sitting here with both of those signs, because it's like, okay, well, I was raised to believe I was raised to believe this is this way. Or, you know what? I'll give you an even better example, actually. You can stay in alignment with that, but like it's like the concept of evolution, and it's like you were taught your whole life that like evolution is bad, or like it's a disgrace to God, it's not real, it's only a theory, right? And then you end up getting actual information proving to you that evolution is a valid scientific, it's a reality. In fact, the word theory in the scientific context actually is something that is we have physical evidence, empirical evidence is what they will call it in science. You have empirical evidence proving that this is actually a solid, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you can't really deny the reality of it, or you can't really deny that this is a solid concept or this is reality, but then it conflicts with your belief system. So it's like either you have to adjust your belief system to accept this reality, or you can just downplay it, or you find an excuse to disregard that or push it away or whatever, right? That's cognitive dissonance. So it's like for some of you guys, the message that you need to hear is you guys are blocking your own blessings and you know it. Okay? This side of me is coming out. I'm sorry. You guys are blocking your own blessings and you know it. You're continuing to repeat a negative cycle. You're continuing to repeat the same behaviors. You're continuing to repeat the same mindsets for some of you guys that you know is not going to lead you in any sort of direction. And instead of you actually making the changes to get where it is that you want to get, or to do what it is that you want to do, you're trying to justify your bad behavior. So whatever it is that you want to do, and you already know this, so I know it's going to sting for some of you guys, but you already know this. I'm not telling you anything new. Whatever it is that you want is on the other side of whatever you're being stubborn about. Okay? Okay? I said it. I love you, though. You got to have people that are going to be real with you. All right? And I'm getting that some of you, I'm hearing a headache. I don't know if you have a headache. Some of you guys know this, okay? I'm not telling you anything new. You know what I'm telling you. It's not like this is news. Like, oh, I have to let go of some people. I have to let go of some things. This is something that you've already even considered. Like, and I'm not sure if for some of you guys, I don't know. There's also a situation I'm getting where some of you guys might have gone to somebody for advice on something, and you wanted them to validate you. And they didn't validate you. It was like, because what you're doing or something you're doing or saying was just wrong. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when you get that new information, it's like, It's almost kind of like I'm getting somebody that's trying really, really fucking hard to try not to change. You know what I'm saying? Because they know that change requires them to be uncomfortable. I'm getting kind of irritated right now. Change requires them to be uncomfortable for a little while, and they're not even willing to be uncomfortable for a little while. You know what I'm saying? Planet Earth is a great initiation for the soul, and life lessons are the curriculum for which we enroll. This is probably an issue that you've had in multiple lifetimes as well. Okay. Another message that you guys need to understand is that the reason why you're having a hard time dropping whatever this is, or whatever habit, group, or whatever, is because you don't believe in yourself. And that's really the root cause of a lot of the reasons why you're not outgrowing something or letting go of something. It's because, in all sincerity, you don't believe that you have it in you to make that change, or you don't believe that you have it in you to sustain it. There's some sort of belief system that you are holding on to so that you can justify doing what you're doing. Does that make sense? And it's like, that's the problem. If you have to justify it, then you need to stop doing whatever that is, because it's not in alignment with you anymore. But I'm sorry, that was off topic. What I meant to say was that the reason why you're struggling to let go of whatever this habit is as well, is because you're really harsh on yourself. So it's like, this comes down to, there's a concept in, I think it's CBT or DBT, called self-parenting, or the reparenting of the self, because a lot of us are kind of programmed certain ways based on whatever it is that we've gone through in childhood. Whether you had a family that was negligent, whether you had a family that was hypercritical, whether you had a family that completely shut down and didn't discuss issues at all, or didn't address each other's deeper needs, or whatever like that. We're all kind of shaped around whatever our early upbringing experiences have been, right? And for us to be able to get past certain issues that we have in adulthood, we need to be able to walk ourselves back to when we first started feeling like this and address what those needs are, or address exactly what happened. Okay, so like, for example, I'm hearing Into the Groove by Madonna. So for some of you guys, I don't know if this ever happened to you, but if you ever had parents that were like really harsh when they disciplined you, were like very black and white when they were speaking to you, or they, another example is like, you never had somebody talk you through an emotion or how to react to something, then your tendency might be to shut emotions out entirely. Or if you had like people that were really harsh to you as you were growing up, then you might not be able to handle criticism that well, because it makes you feel this deep inner sense of shame. So you have to go back to yourself, right? And when you're talking to yourself, you have to bring compassion to yourself. So whatever it is that you need to let go of, you're probably not being consistent because you're expecting the final result too quickly. And whenever you fail or mess up, you start shitting on yourself, or speaking ill of yourself, or being negative about yourself, and then you just go back into whatever dark hole it was that you were in. What you need to be doing is being gentle with yourself. Okay, so it's like, let's say, I'll give you an example for myself. I'm just giving examples, I don't know why. I've cut back a lot on how much I've been drinking. And I've been working out a lot, and I've been trying to, get better habits, right? But on this weekend, I was like, I'm about to drink this weekend because fuck it, right? I practiced discipline all week. I'll reward myself with it. And I did. And today, like, it was a couple of days, I'm not going to hold you. It was like Friday, Saturday. But anyway, the point that I'm making is that my bra is really tight today. And at first I was like, what the fuck? Like, why did you drink? Like, you worked so hard and now you fucked it up. And then I had to stop myself, and I'm like, well, NyandLa, hold on, let's walk it back. You've had a really busy week. You've been really stressed out. You've been working really hard. You actually haven't been drinking that much throughout the week, which is what your goal was. So you achieved that goal. You wanted to reward yourself this weekend for your hard work that you deserve to reward yourself for. And when you go back and start working out again, when you come Monday, it'll melt off right away. So it's really not that big of a deal. That's not justifying a bad habit, though. You know what I'm saying? That is you showing self-compassion, where it's like, whereas if I were to be like, oh, I did it again, I fucked up, it's not even worth it, I might as well just give up. You know what I'm saying? It's something like that. I feel like I'm rambling and I'm talking all over the place, but typically whatever's coming out of my mouth is whatever needs to come out. So I'm hoping that this resonates with whoever it needs to resonate for. But that's two different things, is that on one end, I'm hearing the name Courtney, on one end that you need to let some shit go. but you're having a hard time letting it go because number one, you're trying to justify the behavior, and if you have to justify it, no. And number two, when you do struggle or you do fall back into whatever negative thought pattern, mindset, instead of you being like, okay, I made a mistake, I need to get back up, brush myself off. How can I not make that mistake again? Or what can I do to prevent that from happening again? Okay, cool. And then do that. But it's like you don't need to beat yourself up. And honestly, sometimes you're using the beating yourself up as an excuse to go back to whatever it is. So that's really what it's coming down to, pile one, for me. I haven't even pulled any tarot cards. I feel like that message is pretty straightforward, but we're going to pull a tarot card just in case. Could we get a wrap-up message for pile one? Yeah, for a lot of you guys, I don't think, whatever it is that you say that you want, you say that you want it, okay? If you truly do want it, you need to be compassionate with yourself. You already know whatever it is that you need to let go of or change. You already know what it is. I don't need to spell it out for you. But if I'm being honest with you, a lot of you guys need to show more compassion to yourself. Show more compassion to yourself. You could be dealing with a water sign or an earth sign, but be more compassionate to yourself. You need to, in the same way that a mother would be compassionate to a child, you need to display that same compassion to yourself. So, we think about a kid, and when a kid spills milk, it's like, do we yell at the kid and scream at them and say, what the fuck is wrong with you? Or, and I'm not saying, any parent is perfect, but like just routinely, it's like if a child makes a mistake, and they will, it's like, do you berate that child for that mistake and make them feel awful for it? No. The child made a mistake. Explain to them what the mistake was, why we don't do that, create some solutions for the future, and then try again. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you are learning to walk as a kid, imagine if you were trying to learn how to walk and every time that you fell, your parent was like screaming at you. I don't know. Some of you guys have dealt with really harsh criticism growing up. I don't know from where or from what, but it's like, I don't know if you were like judged harshly or what, but it's like you need to work on your inner dialogue and being more compassionate with yourself, because if you don't love yourself, you're not going to believe that anything good is for you. If you don't love yourself, you won't even believe anybody else loves you. You know what I mean? This is for somebody that's in a dark place. I don't know. You need to be more gentle with yourself, but not gentle in a way, like when we're talking about reparenting yourself, it's not gentle in a way where you are justifying bad behavior, right? It's not that. It's like gentle with yourself in a way where it's like, okay, you fell down. Falling down happens. How can we make it so that we don't fall down again? What is it that you are going to do to make sure that it doesn't happen again? And then keep moving forward in that direction. Surround yourself with people that are going to encourage you, that are going to speak life into you. Stop, And also understand that assertion, like if people are assertive with you, that doesn't mean that they're being mean to you. I think that you need to revisit something happened to one of you guys in your childhood or in your upbringing. Something happened where this is something that you need to unpack. Okay, because you're not going to get anywhere. You're not going to get forward or backward until you unpack why you struggle with this very specifically. And I'm not talking about a certain habit. I'm talking about a certain mindset, unpacking a reason why you feel such inner shame. Because the shame, honestly, pile one, is illogical. It's not logical. Do you need to go to a therapist? Do you need to... You know what I'm saying? Because it's almost kind of like it's something that's really deeply rooted, maybe even so deep, pile one, that you don't even want to look at it. You don't even want to look at it. It's like that needs to be unpacked, and whatever it is that you're avoiding, you need to touch that right there. That's the wound. And until you unpack what that is, you're not going to be able to have what it is that you want, because you're avoiding what you want. What you want is on the other side of that, okay? But like I said, it's not even a matter of, like, let's say that you're smoking cigarettes and you're trying to quit. It's like, no, every time do you reach for a cigarette every time you feel stressed? Do you reach for a cigarette every time you feel depressed? Do you reach for a cigarette? So the issue is you have an emotional issue that you are trying to cover up with weed or booze or cigarettes or whatever. You know what I mean? The issue is you're depressed. That's what the problem is. So we need to target the depression. We need to target the self-esteem issues. We need to target that. That's not something to be masked over or medicated. That's something to be treated with an actual, we need to rewire some shit. You know what I'm saying? Some of you guys, because I'm hearing treatment center, if this is, and I'm not trying to say this to be too direct, some of you guys might not be able to quit something on your own. Because as I'm talking, I'm kind of getting a little bit more information. Some of you guys might need help. You might need outside help. Okay, because as I'm talking, it's like I'm talking about what I'm trying to say, and I feel like I'm talking and I feel a wall, and I'm like, that's not gonna get through. And then I'm talking and I feel another wall, and I'm like, that's not gonna get through. And as I'm trying to sift through the energy, it's almost kind of like hacking. This is a really long fruit. I'm so sorry, Palwan, but it is what it is. I'm trying to explain to you how I interpret energy, right? So it's like I feel like, okay, I'm walking up the stairs and I'm like, okay, so this is the point and this is whatever, and we're going to get to the root of it, and the root of it is right here. And then the door's locked. And I'm like, well, we were almost there. Okay, well, let's try to do it this way over here, and the door's locked. And it's like, okay, so whatever it is that you're dealing with, Palwan, you're avoiding it. Like, you're avoiding whatever it is that you need to address or unpack for you to be able to outgrow something. And maybe it's not something that you can figure out on your own. Some of you guys might need more help. Like, you might need to go somewhere, go to a therapist, go to a facility, go to, you understand? Like, this is something that it almost kind of feels too deep for you to handle on your own, if that makes sense. It's like you gotta go somewhere for this. You have to go physically take yourself somewhere where you can kind of reprogram whatever this is, because whatever this is much bigger than you. But honestly, like I said, this is coming from something deeply rooted inside of your spirit that I don't even know if you're even going to be able to do it on your own. Because even as I'm trying to get the energy from you, it's really blocked off. And for a lot of you guys, there's some really deep pain that you are struggling with, that you are really fucking struggling with. And instead of you being able to sort through it and to surmount it and overcome it, it's like, it's almost like whatever it is, that pain is so profound that you can't even begin to start there. And that's something that I can also relate to as somebody that has repressed trauma. Like, I've only very, very recently begun digging into certain things, and it's been really painful, and a lot of crying and a lot of shit, right? But for a really long time, I couldn't go there. I feel like I made my point already. I don't have to keep talking in circles, but for Palwan, you might need help with something. Something might be above you. I think that some of you guys need to go to a therapist. Some of you guys need to go to a treatment center. Some of you guys need to go to a doctor. Some of you guys need a program. There's something that you need to do, or a place that you need to go, because whatever this issue is, you're not going to be able to surmount it because you're avoiding it. And you're avoiding it because you're scared of yourself, or you're scared of the pain that you're going to be forced to confront. That's really what I'm getting, and I feel like I should probably just keep it there, Palwan, because I'm sending you so much love. But I feel like whatever the life that it is that you want is actually very, very much in front of you and is very much at your grasp, but you're not grasping it for whatever reason. There's people that are coming to your life as blessings. There's opportunities that are coming to you, but you're not going for it, and you're choosing to stay back. Why is that? That's something that you need to unpack, okay? Because I'm almost kind of feeling you have a lot of really easy solutions in front of you, but you're not taking them. And you're not taking them because you're trying to justify staying small, staying back, staying dismissive, staying whatever. Like, you're actively trying to avoid that. And that's the pathology. That's what we need to treat right there, because why would you choose to be miserable when you have something happy right in front of you? Why would you not choose to go there? That's something that needs to be unpacked with a professional, okay? But that's the message that I have for you, Palwan. I hope that wasn't too harsh. I love you to death, honestly. I don't think that... I'm not saying what I'm saying to be harsh. I'm saying it to be realistic. It's like there's something that... Because it's like your energy is not coming across logical. It's trying to come across logical, but when you're talking to somebody who is psychologically sound, it's like the reasoning is not logical. Whatever it is that I'm hearing from you doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? It's given the energy of like, you're riding your bike and you fall off your bike and you scrape your knee, and then, okay, well, here's some hydrogen peroxide, I'm going to clean the wound. You're like, no! And then, it starts getting infected and everything, and then you're like, no, I have a treatment right here. All I got to do is wash off the wound. No! And you're like, okay, well, if you keep if you don't let it get treated, it's going to fester, it's going to get infected, it's going to lead to a bigger issue, you're going to have a bigger infection, and you're like, no! Like, you're not even willing to clean the wound for it to start healing. Oh, this is such a long message, I'm sorry. You're not even willing to let the wound be clean so it can start healing. That it's not logical, but in your head it's logical, because you're like, oh my god, I don't want to have to forfeit a couple of minutes of this stinging for a little while for it to eventually get clean and start healing. It's like, no, you fell, you scraped your knee, there's an open wound, we gotta treat it. We gotta treat it. And you're like, I'd rather sit here and deal with the bigger pain of it staying dirty and it getting infected and turning into a bigger infection, and then maybe we end up having to get you understand what I'm saying, a procedure done because there was one moment where you fell and you scraped your knee and refused to do anything about it. That's what it is, okay? Or like, you understand what I'm saying. I don't need to keep giving examples, because I feel like, I'm not sure if people have tried to get through to you. It's almost giving that. Like, you might have people that love you that have been trying to get through to you and it's not getting through to you. And it's like, mi amor, we need to clean the wound. You deserve to have the wound clean. You deserve for all of this to heal up. You deserve to have your knee come back to new, to come back to normal. You deserve to have a normal life. You deserve all of those things. If you don't feel like you deserve it, or you don't feel like you're worthy of it, that's what we need to unpack. And you're starting to isolate. I can feel it. Whoever this is for, you're starting to isolate. I can feel it. Why are you running from people that love you? Why are you running from people that are trying to help you? That's what we need to unpack, okay? I think I've said enough for pile 1. We're going to go into pile 2. Pile 2 might also resonate for you, but regardless, I feel like crying now. Whoever this is for, I want you to get help. Okay? I'm one more person to tell you that. Whatever this is that you're battling, I want you to get help, because I can feel that you want better for yourself. And if a problem is bigger than you, the shame that you feel about addressing the problem is a bigger issue than the problem itself. The problem can be resolved. The shame that you're feeling is what's keeping you from resolving the issue. There is no shame in your game. There's no shame in having to start all over again. There's no shame in having to try something one more time. Just because you've tried it 2-3 odd times doesn't mean that the 4th time won't work. It doesn't mean that it won't go right this time, but you're going to have the right mindset. And I think that once you address the mindset, your mentality, your psychological health, your mental health, once you address that, because that's the root cause of the issue, then we'll be able to address all of the other stuff, and then you'll be able to surmount or surpass whatever issue it is that you have been struggling with for so long. But you need to start with your mental health first. A therapist, treatment center, something. Okay, mi amor. This is all right. Okay. Anyways, I love you guys to death. We're gonna move on to pile 2. I will see you guys next time. Ciao. Ooh, I smell like Florida water now. All right. So if you are here, that means that you picked. Oh, I feel so much better. You picked pile number 2. I'm sorry, pile number 1 was a little heavy. Pile 2, I love you guys so much, and I don't even care. Like, consider me, I'm not your therapist, but I'm your therapist, okay? So I'll be here to help you with whatever it is that you haven't addressed with your therapist. I'm not your therapist, though. Despite a background in psychology, don't ever take what I'm saying as a replacement for your therapist or a psychologist. I'm not that for you, okay? Please go get professional help. Never take my readings as gospel. Never take my readings as a scientific fact. Never take anything like that. All I am is I'm pulling on the energy and I'm conveying whatever it is that the cards are telling me. And I will never hesitate to tell you guys if you need to go get help. And that's all I gotta say. I gotta let go of pile 1 though, because I feel like that energy's still lingering. And if you're here from pile 1, I'm sending you so much love, and you deserve the best of life. You really do. But you're never going to be able to accept that if you don't love yourself. So for pile 2, this is your message. Tune into the spiritual power within you. It is beyond what society understands and can offer you. It will nourish, protect, inspire, and guide you through any troubles. If your path is diverging from original plans or is out of sync with those around you, trust in what is happening and know that you are within Kali's care. Yeah, I'm wondering if all 3 of these piles will correlate with each other. So, okay, so for some of you guys, oh, I felt, oh, somebody might be nauseous. I'm not sure if somebody overdrank or is over drinking. So some of you guys are looking. Some of you guys are getting messages. I'm not sure if they're like spiritual downloads where it's like, I don't know if you're having dreams, or maybe some of you guys are having like a psychic awakening is kind of what it's giving. And maybe you're trying to maybe you've had a new spiritual experience. Excuse me, I'm going to turn my heater off. It's hella hot. Some of you guys have really bad anxiety, love. Really bad anxiety. It's like I'm feeling the nausea, like somebody needs to vomit. But yeah. So what I'm kind of getting for Pal 2 is that I don't know if you are having a spiritual awakening of some sort, or like you're beginning to realize something about a spiritual practice or something like that. But it's giving the vibe of you've had a new experience, and it's giving something spiritual. I'm not sure if you had like your first tarot reading. I'm not sure if you just found this channel. You're like, what? That happens a lot. But but it's something that's outside of your knowledge or your realm of understanding. So it's like, what the fuck is this? Like, how is this working or whatever? And you might be like asking people around you, like if it makes sense or like what they think about it. And maybe they can't give you any answers. I am getting that vibe. So it's like, I'm not sure if some of you guys have found out that you might have been a little bit psychic or you might have psychic gifts. If you are, welcome to your weirdo tribe. Oh my God, I love when people have a psychic awakening around me. I love that. I live for it. Oh my God. If it makes you feel any better, it happens to a lot of us. It happens to a lot of us. Yeah, I'm excited for you guys. Sorry, cat's eye was on the TV on the ad. I listen to jazz when I'm doing these readings, but like when the ads come on, it throws me off. But anyway, yeah, so some of you guys are asking people around you where it's like, have you ever done this before? Have you ever had this happen before? Was it real to you? What? And it's like you're trying to make sense of it, and it's like some of you guys might even be trying to find out if something is evil or not. It's giving that. Some of you guys might have, this could also turn into like, oh, you found out that you believed in a religion like I did, and it's not the religion it's not what you thought it was, or you were in a cult like I was, and oh, it's a cult. Holy shit. And like maybe you're trying to ask people around you if they've looked at the information or seen the information, and they're just not fucking with it. And they're like, don't show me that. Don't talk to me about that. Don't da-da-da-da, right? That's what I'm seeing for a lot of you. And it's like you're trying to make sense of your reality, because it's like, I know that I'm feeling this. I know that I'm understanding this. Why is nobody seeing this with me? And for some of you guys, you might be the trailblazer that starts, I don't know if it's like a new family practice or a new spiritual practice or a new religion. I don't really know, but it's like people around you are not going to resonate with it because either one, it's not their time yet, or two, maybe they're not meant to. I just reconnected with, it was so funny because me and this guy, he's actually the only guy to ever mail a big ass bouquet of flowers to my house when I was like 19, 20. But me and this guy had briefly dated when I was Jehovah's Witness, and it didn't last very long. He was in Jersey, but we were really good friends, and it was funny because we were so deep in the religion, like we were really indoctrinated, and even calling him an ex is weird because like we didn't even kiss, like, so I was just like, this is my buddy for real. But we were talking because he just recently like stopped believing in the religion, and I was telling him, well, number one, it was funny because I was just talking about him like last week. So, and he messaged me last week, but I didn't see it because it was in my requests. But we were talking, and he's like recently looking into the information and like researching the origins there. We weren't allowed to research the origins of the religion. He's researching the origins. He's researching a lot of PDF cases. Like there's a lot that's going on, and he's kind of getting bombarded with that information, and he doesn't want his mom and sister to be in it anymore. I don't know if he's going to watch this. I'm not saying your name, but you would know who you are. But of course, he wants to share the information with them. But in the Jehovah's Witness belief system, if you present information that is anti the organization, they classify you as an apostate, which essentially forbids them from talking to you ever, right? Which, that sounds culty, right? Like, I can't research the religion, and if I do, I can be ostracized even more. Like, that's the only unforgivable sin, is speaking against the organization. Isn't that wild? So, for some of you guys, whatever this new belief system is, or whatever this new whatever is, it's throwing you off because it's something that you might have thought was forbidden. So, like, for some of you guys, it could just be, oh, you were in, like, a really super Christian cult, and then, like, you realize, oh, that's not real, or that's not a thing. For others of you, it could genuinely be, like esotericism, and it's like, I thought this was evil, I thought this was fake. Astrology, I thought that shit was fake. This shit's making sense to me. Does this shit make sense to you? And you're talking to people around you, and they're like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And it's like, yeah, because they're not part of... All of this is a study, right? And any specialty could sound crazy to somebody that does not specialize in whatever that topic is. So it's like, when it comes to me being a tarot reader, it's even my friend that I talked to the other day, he was like, yeah, I remember I like looked you up a couple years back and I saw you were doing like palm readings or some shit, and I was like, oh, this bitch lost it. He said, oh, this bitch lost it. And it's so funny that he said that to me, because it was just like, it was the typical reaction that people have until I give them a tarot reading. And I didn't believe in tarot. In fact, I was afraid of it until I was kind of... You get spiritually guided to where you're supposed to go. I've always been a weirdo. I've always been psychic as fuck. I just didn't know that that's what was happening. I just thought, oh, that was peculiar. Oh, that was strange. Oh, that was interesting. But I never thought too much into it, and I wasn't free to think too much into it until... there it is. So yeah, so for some of you guys, yeah, you just recently stumbled upon a new spiritual truth, and you're trying to get people to understand it, or you want to explain it to people, and you might sound a little crazy to those people because they don't know what the fuck you're talking about is what it's giving me. What message do we have for Pal 2? You could be dealing with an Aquarius or have Aquarius placements. Some of you guys, so some of you guys might have gotten a tarot reading recently that warned you about something, that it either warned you about something like a betrayal or an argument or a conflict of some sort, or it just revealed one that you did not tell the psychic about. Does that make sense? So it's like some of you guys went to a psychic and you're like, let me see what this bitch talking about. And they read you down, okay? And you're like, how the fuck did you know that? How the fuck did you know that? Because a lot of people really don't understand like how real this shit is. And it kind of changes I'm hearing your behavior. Some of you guys might be changing your behavior because like of a new spiritual truth that you're reaching. Oh, wow. So whatever this new spiritual reality is, or this new spiritual truth that you're learning, is actually changing you for the better for a lot of you guys. But maybe it's starting to make you reconnect. I'm hearing therapist. Go to a therapist, mi amor. Go to a therapist, okay? A lot of psychics are psychologists. A lot of us tarot readers. And when I worked at a metaphysical store, I worked with licensed family therapists. Okay, just so you know. So I will never tell you, oh, go to the woo-woo girl for whatever. No, Poppy, if you need to go to a therapist, go to a therapist, okay? But we can read your energy. We can reveal a lot of stuff. Somebody's excited about this, but is also weirded out by it, okay? The energy is like, what? It's like, it's hype, but it's anxious. It's almost kind of like, some of you guys might have felt seen for the first time, and that was both, I'm hearing daunting. It was exciting, but also, it's like, how did you know that? And I don't know for some of you guys, because I'm getting this vision of somebody who, I don't know. I'm getting this vision of somebody who may have been partaking in some things, okay? And maybe they were doing certain things because they felt like there was no God, or they felt like something was hopeless. And if there's a God or not, I can't really give you that answer. I don't think anybody in a lot of our groups would be able to say definitively like yes or no. God is an interpretation of an energy. We all believe in that energy for the most part. There are atheist witches that don't believe in anything, and they just believe in nature and how nature interacts with each other. And then you'd be like, well, then how can you be a witch if you are atheist? And it's like, because we all worship nature for the most part. But the point that I was making was that for some of you guys have partaken maybe in some illegal activities. Okay, some of you guys thuggish, ruggish bone, okay? But it's like you were doing that because maybe you didn't feel like there was a God, or you didn't feel like a God cared about you, or something like that. There's some sort of, maybe some of you guys were disconnected from your spirit. It's something like that. Or for others of you, maybe you didn't believe in esotericism, and it's just like, oh, that shit is stupid, that shit is delusional, and then you all of a sudden have a reading that's like pinpoint accurate, and then you're just like, is this real? How did you know that? Are ghosts real? Am I real? Like, I'll give readings to people, and like, I think I posted this the other day where it's like somebody will come to me for a reading and they'll be skeptical. And one time I was giving a guy a reading, and I was like, I'm smelling gym clothes. I'm seeing like basketball shorts. I'm smelling sweaty gym clothes. This guy's really, really tall. And I'm describing this guy to a T, and then they start busting out crying, and I'm talking about their uncle. I had no idea. But it's like you're coming to me as a skeptic, and not only am I getting your information, I'm getting information for you, but it makes you realize you're not alone. So for some of you guys, if this is your first time, and maybe if I'm introducing you to tarot, and maybe you had an ancestor come through, and I don't know, for some of you guys that might have been a wake-up call for a lot of you guys, where it's like, I'm not alone, or there is somebody or something out there that cares about me. This world is bigger than just what's physically in front of me. But I'm feeling a deep inner pain. So maybe some of you guys have come from Pal 1. Yeah, I'm hearing angel in disguise. Interesting. I'm going to get more in the tarot. I guess these are going to be longer messages. What more information on the message for Pal 2? I'm also hearing angel of mine from, is it Monica? Yeah, some of you guys, some of you guys like that psychic, huh? We have Virgo energy coming through here. Oh, wow. So some of you guys might be really grateful that somebody warned you about a betrayal or about a conflict or something. Maybe you weren't, and it's like whatever this information was that you got, oh, fuck. Some of you guys might have tried to confirm the information with the people that you know is shady. I don't know why you would do that, but we don't judge here, okay? But it's like somebody really notified you about a betrayal of some sort. And now you guys might be going into a spiritual solitude moment. I don't know. It's giving spiritual awakening vibes, Pal 2. More information on Pal 2. And it's like, I guess the message that you need to hear today, absolutely. Oh, wow. Okay, the message that you need to hear today is it's okay for you to believe in something that other people don't believe in. They don't need to, as somebody that like gets downplayed all the time, people downplaying what I do does not mean that I'm any less of a medium. It doesn't mean I don't talk to dead people. It doesn't mean that spirits are fake. It just means that you don't believe in them, but that doesn't have any bearing on me. If you are interested in what it is that I do and you'd like to tap into my world briefly just to visit, you can do that, absolutely. But I would never try to force you to stay, right? I would never try to force you to believe in what I believe in, because I don't believe that we're all meant to believe in the same thing, you know? That's just how I feel. But yeah, I feel like some of you guys, somebody was mad that you figured it out. I don't know. Somebody's mad that you figured out about a betrayal, but I'm getting the vibe that whatever this spiritual truth is, it's guiding you to make a change, or it's making you realize that you are capable of making a change, or that you're capable of being seen, capable of being understood, capable of being in control, because whatever the spiritual awakening is, it's trying to turn you into somebody who is in control of their life, who is a leader, who is powerful. Some of you guys, I don't know if somebody here has a drinking problem. I feel like somebody here has a drinking problem. Because the way that I feel, or somebody's really fucking anxious. Like, I feel a really big knot in my stomach, so I'm not sure if somebody deals with anxiety. But it's like this spiritual truth is going to help you to become a better version of yourself. That's really what it is that I'm getting. But you don't need anybody else to co-sign this new belief system that you have, right? Like, you don't need to make people believe in psychics just because you believe in psychics now, right? You don't need to force people to be interested in astrology just because you're interested in astrology. You don't have to force people to read up on what you learned about this cult just because you learned this about this cult, okay? It's like, it's you can, if you're excited, you want to share it with people, that's fine. But you don't need to try to justify your beliefs or to prove your beliefs to anybody, because we're all here to learn our own subjective truth, okay? I feel like I've been talking a lot. I don't want to make this too long. I wasn't planning on having this reading be an hour plus. I was not planning on that. But yeah, so whatever the spiritual truth is, and some of you guys, if you are finding out that you are a little psychic, welcome. Oh, I love it for you. If you are finding out that you're a little psychic, welcome. Number one, I want to encourage you not to use any sort of substance to try to induce any spiritual abilities, if you will. You don't need to do that. I always feel to tell people that I've taught many people how to read cards and about the practice and stuff like that. And a lot of people feel like they need to, I need to be under the influence. No, you don't. Please don't do that, okay? That's number one. You can, but like, don't make that a practice. Like, if you want to pop an edible and like read your cards, like, yeah, sure, but don't make it a habit. I don't know why I felt the need to tell somebody that. But if you are finding out that you are psychic, or that you have psychic abilities, or that maybe something is a little bit more real than you thought it was, you can take the time to explore it on your own, and if people are acting weird about it, you don't have to talk to people about it. You don't see me. I always kind of envy people that I'm probably going to turn into them, but like that openly wear like they tattoo runes on themselves, and they wear the crystals and the beads and the shit. And it's like, I'm very, very psychic, right? I'm very, very psychic. I'm very much into the craft and all of that stuff like that. But you would not be able to tell by looking at me. And that's because I'm a Scorpio rising, and I never want to give you too much to work with. Period. But yeah, and find people that are like you. Find people that are like you. If you're having a spiritual awakening of some sort, if you're having predictive dreams, if you are getting telepathic messages, that happens. It does. But like I said, it's a fine line. You got to make sure that you're psychologically sound. Otherwise, it could be schizophrenia. You gotta be careful. There's a big difference, okay? But find people that are like you. Connect with people that are like you, that are into what you're into. Be careful. Don't just get taught by anybody though. But yeah, and welcome, I guess. I don't know. Final messages for Pal too. I feel like I'm just talking in circles, but you get what I mean. You really got the Capricorn here. Cleared in the Devil card. I feel like somebody that I really care about is watching my readings, and I had a dream about it the other day, and if that person that I really care about is watching these readings, it would be associated with the fruit of some sort, a berry of some sort. That's what I'll put it out there, okay? If somebody that I care about is watching these readings, I hope that this would resonate for you. You could afford to pray more, I think. Okay. Because I'm trying not to be too direct with what it is that I'm getting. If you're trying to work yourself out of a toxic cycle or a bad habit of some sort, some of you guys could benefit from researching more. I want you guys to do more research on how to get out of a certain situation. But I'm hearing Better with Time by Leona Lewis, so I feel like you guys might be in a dark place, and it's typically in dark places that we go through spiritual awakenings, but we go through a really fucking tough time before we get to that spiritual truth. And for some of you guys, for Pile 1, my message to them was to, excuse me, was to get professional help, because whatever it was that they were struggling with was bigger than them and they were not going to be able to surmount it on their own. For you, pal, too, for your spiritual awakening, which is what it feels like here, I feel like you need to connect with the psychic or connect with the spiritual teacher, somebody that you can trust, that has their readings have resonated with you, that doesn't have any ulterior motives towards you, and get a reading from that person, because it seems like you're trying to work your way out of a certain habit or a certain toxic mindset, especially because, I don't know, clarity on the Ace of Cups. Some of you guys might have a drinking problem. I'm just getting that. Like, some of you guys might have a drinking problem that you're trying to work your way out of. That's very specific for some of you guys. And it's like, yeah, maybe you guys could, for some of you guys might benefit from booking a personal reading with me or with somebody. Maybe there's a spiritual message for you. Like, if you're watching these messages and this is really resonating for you, just know that these are general messages. They're not for one specific person. So sometimes the messages might resonate or they might not, or sometimes a part of it resonates and the part of it doesn't. So if there's something that you genuinely would like to know, book a reading. Book a reading, because the message could be toned and tailored for you very specifically. But definitely book a reading, and don't be afraid to do that. Because some of you guys, I don't know if that would really help you. I'm feeling like there might be something about a personal reading or a private reading that would really help you, especially if you're dealing with a situation where you don't have clarity, or you feel like somebody might be lying to you, or somebody's trying to betray you or whatever. I feel like you could really benefit from a reading. Yeah, book a personal reading. With me or whoever, we can all find a psychic that you trust, yeah, but like, trust me, there's a lot of us, okay? But that's the message that I have for you, pile, too. I'm hoping that I didn't just ramble for 20 minutes. If you'd like to book that reading with me, my email is in the bio below. Go ahead and shoot me an email. Okay? Excuse me. And if you'd like to send me a tip, that's in the bio as well. Oh, goddess. Lord have mercy. This is why I don't smoke joints anymore. Except for sometimes. Alright, pal 2. I'll see you later. Bye. Alright, pal 3. Hopefully I'm not just yapping with yours too. Jesus Christ. I feel like I've just been... And I'm like, am I saying anything of substance? Whenever I watch it back, it makes sense. So I guess so. Okay, so for pile 3, you guys have Kali Yantra. And it says you have more power. I feel like all 3 piles are connected. You have more power to evoke a positive shift in your circumstances than you realize. If anything required for success is lacking, the Divine Mother shall provide it. You are crossing a crucial spiritual threshold. Stay focused, let distractions fall away, and continue to commit yourself to what matters most to your heart. A more beautiful experience awaits you. I feel like it's like pile 1 is like one phase. I feel like all of these piles, never fucking smoking again. All of these piles feels like a journey for a person, where it's like pile 1 is the ego death, right? Pile 2 is the spiritual awakening, and then pile 3 is the self-transcendence or the ascendance, because it's almost kind of like, I don't know if you're going to end up watching this whole reading. Maybe it's going to be a long one, or all 3 piles is what I mean. Because it's like, this feels like somebody that's at the end of that tunnel and is about to walk into the new reality that they want, right? And it's like maybe as they're about to embark on the journey towards their success or their dreams, or about to really take things into their own hands, they've gone out of the helplessness and the victimization of pile 1. And then through what is this new truth, or what is this new reality in pile 2? And now I have all this information. Now what do I do with it in pile 3? So I feel like pile 3, you're reaching a point where it's like you are done with the planning phase, not done with the healing, because you're never done with healing, but it's like now you're going to start actively building what it is that you want in your life. And it's going to require you to take action, but the taking action part is the hard part, because is the hardest part, because you have to think of solutions, stay consistent, build shit brick by brick. But you have the power to do that. And some of you guys need to improve your focus, okay? Okay, what message do we have for pile 3? I'm everywhere, I'm so Julia. You could be dealing with a Scorpio, have Scorpio energy in your chart. Yeah, somebody's going through a transformation. Aquarius and Virgo energy is here. I don't know. I feel like if all 3 piles resonate for you, somebody's about to turn into a boss for real, okay? If they get on the other side of this. So yeah, there's something that's coming to an end in your life, and it's going to lead to you becoming more of a leader. Clarity on this message for pile 3. Somebody could be Mexican. We have Cancer energy coming through, Pisces energy, so all 3 water signs are here. Yeah, you're in a transition right now. Some of you guys might have a recently passed loved one that's watching over you. Maybe you're having dreams of that person. I'm also hearing washing over you. So some of you guys have a loved one on the other side that's recently passed over that is trying to clear something out of your life, okay? I don't know who needs to hear that. Yeah. Clearing something out of your life. It's like I'm hearing washing something out of your life. So it's like there might be something that you've partaken in, or something that you've done, or something in your past that you feel really shameful about. And whoever that that loved one doesn't want you to feel ashamed of it. They just want you to let it go, right? So it's like, I'm not sure. Some of you guys might have recently had an energy come through where like you felt a spiritual presence. Or like you had a dream of somebody that recently passed away, or you might have a dream of somebody that has recently passed away, and like maybe you were unaware of whether that was a sign or not. But it's like whoever this person is that's on the other side is trying to warn you about things, and is trying to get you out of a hole of some sort. And they're trying to make you realize that you have a lot more power than you know. If Pile 2 called out to you, listen to Pile 2 as well, because I feel like this probably should have been in pile 2 as well. But I'm getting the energy. Well, if you come to this pile, then this message is for you, but then you could check out pile 2 if you do feel called to do so. But like, if this is a new experience for you where it's like somebody crosses over and then like you start feeling like they're in your life, or you're feeling their presence or something like that, and maybe that's not something that you really believe in. Some of you guys might have had a spiritual experience where maybe it made you feel some shame or embarrassment around something that you were doing. Because I'm seeing somebody like on a bed, and like I'm seeing like not a white cloud, but it's like a white light. And it's like, I don't know if you guys know this, but part of my spiritual awakening was seeing an apparition. And I didn't believe in spirits, okay? I did not believe in spirits at that time. And then I saw an apparition. Clear as day, I was not under the influence. I was sober as fuck. And I've seen several since then. But it was an apparition. And I was like, hell nah. And I kept putting my music back on. I'm like, I'm not dealing with that shit right now. Okay, we dancing. We vibing. What the fuck was that? So it's like some of you guys might have you felt that energy. Yeah, you felt the spiritual presence, and that was your passed over loved one. Don't doubt it. But for some of you guys, that might have given you a certain measure of anxiety, because it's like maybe being seen by that spirit, or being seen by that energy, or having that energy confront you made you realize that you're not alone and that you have to make a change, right? And it's like, that loved one wants you to understand that change is, I'm hearing, imminent and inevitable. So it's like you do have the power to change, and yes, you can make something better of your life, and you do have the tools to make it happen, and I'm also here to help you, okay? But that's part of the message that I have for you. There's somebody that did somebody do you dirty, pile 3? Because it's like, I'm getting the energy of like, there's heartbreak here that's being hidden, and it's making somebody stall. Clarity on the 5 of Swords. There's some sort of winning at all cost energy coming through here, like a dog eat dog energy. Some of you guys also need to let go of a competitive spirit. If you feel like somebody did you dirty, you need to stop trying to get back at them. You need to hear that. Somebody had to hear that. Because it's like if you feel like you have to prove to yourself, like, I'm not a punk, you can't fuck with me, da-da-da-da-da, you're already at a disadvantage because you don't need to prove to anybody that you're not to be fucked with. Just don't let people fuck with you. The most empowered stance you can take against somebody that thinks they can fuck with you is just not letting them fuck with you. It's not convincing them, like, oh, I'm a tough guy. No, it's not. It's just cut that nigga off. Fuck that nigga. Fuck out of here. Because what they want is they want that response. They want that reaction. They want that tit for tat. They want that back and forth, right? Don't give them that. Don't give away your power. I have a firm belief that the only people that interact back and forth with bullies are people that are insecure. I'm like, once you show me that you're trying to be toxic or you're trying to neg me, belittle me, whatever, you're just gone. I don't have to keep doing this with you. You know what I mean? But some of you guys are really hurt about something, but you're keeping it hidden. And you're putting it under wraps. Whatever this thing that hurt you is, it's really making you kind of bitter. And it's making you want to act strategically, but you're being guided not to do that. Especially if somebody did something to you or betrayed you or stabbed you in the back and you really want to get your lick back, you're being advised not to do that. Because there's something that you have to lose. Why is this the message for Pal 3? Yeah, whatever it is that you want to do to get back at this person, you need to let it go. You need to let it go. It's almost kind of, for some of you guys, I don't know. I'm getting a storyline for some of you guys too, where it's like, I'm hearing critical thinking skills. Some of you guys aren't using your critical thinking skills, and you need to. I don't know who this is going to resonate for. There's somebody in this pile very specifically that is trying to do something to like hurt someone. It's like, I don't know if this is you, Pal 3, but it's like somebody feels rejected by someone that's moving on from them. And it's almost like they're trying to torture that person or trap that person to keep them from being able to move on. This could be happening to you, Pal 3. And if that is happening to you, just know that you're being given a way out, okay? That's what I'm seeing here. Because it's a really dark energy in this. And it's like, somebody, I don't know, I'm hearing a bully. It's like, okay, so for Pal 3, you guys, if there's somebody that's like been trying to attack you or stalk you or trap you or like ruin your reputation, just know that if they don't leave it alone, they have it coming, okay? And if you're the person that's doing this, Pal 3, you need to leave whoever this person is alone. Because I'm getting they have spiritual protection. Like people are watching over them. And if you are trying to do something to this person, it's not going to work and it's not going to end well for you, okay? And I don't understand why you would be doing that anyway, because the world is a big place and you have lots of options, and I don't really see the purpose in trying to harass somebody indefinitely because they moved on from you. That don't sound crazy? And more information on this message? For some of you guys might feel like you're trapped in a hard place with somebody because they won't leave you alone. And just know that if somebody put you in a bad position or somebody did something to betray you, you're going to be given a way out. And it's like you're going to be given a way out, but you're going to need to walk away from the situation like indefinitely. You need to leave the situation though. You need to trust that you will be given whatever, like for example, if you're financially dependent on this person, that you're going to be given a job, that you're going to be given help. It's like you have to be willing to walk away from whoever or whatever this energy is, because there's only loss on that side. But some of you guys might have abandonment issues as well. So it's like, yeah, there's something that needs to be unpacked, but you need to believe that there's a better future for you in another direction. Whether you're the person that won't leave somebody alone, or you're the person that won't be left alone, or somebody's refusing to leave you alone, it's like you will be given your out, okay? And whatever it is that you need, it's going to be provided for you. Just pray and ask for it. But yeah, whoever this person is, it's like, it's a really dark energy. Especially because it's like they don't want you to be like financially independent or successful. They just don't want you to be happy, pile 3. It's kind of gross. But you need to be decisive in walking away and accepting whoever this person is for who they are, and not for what you project onto them, not for who you want them to be. Like, accept them for who they are and walk away, and just trust that God's got you, okay? Some of you guys might need to get a job. Yeah, and some of you guys need to stop pushing people away that are good for you, okay? Whew, Lord, this was a heavy fucking pick a card reading. Why do I get the heavy messages? I kind of want to stop now. I was coming on here because I felt cute. This was heavy. What the fuck? All right, y'all. Well, those are the messages that I have for you guys today. I'm sending you so much cariño, amor. Look at my cara of concern. I'm like, all right. I wanted something cute. I'm about to do a love reading after. This is some bullshit. All right, y'all. Sending you lots of love. I'll talk to you guys soon. Ciao.